So Pro Bowl is this week. You guys gonna be watching that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I've never watched. I've never watched more than 15 seconds of a Pro
I
Bowl.
didn't even know it was still on TV.
It's down in Orlando this year. What the NFL is proposing is rather than onside kicks, because there's no they've eliminated kickoffs in the Pro Bowl. Actually, there's a whole shit ton of stuff you can't do in the Pro Bowl. You can't blitz.
Yeah, you can't.
It's only one-on-one coverage.
Yep.
There's a few other things that you can't do, and rightfully so. What they're going to do is they're going to implement this rule and test it out to see if it may be worthwhile. In the regular season, it's called 4th and 15. So rather than onside kicks, which I don't recall the percentages off the top of my head, but onside kicks were covered by the receiving team, not by the kicking team, not by the team who wants to get the ball back in an attempt to score, something like 97% of the time. Yeah, because they changed the rules. You can't stock people up. You have to put your foot pretty much on the line of scrimmage or on the on the 40.
Yeah.
It's extremely difficult, and it's all for player safety.
Yeah.
So it's not going to change dramatically in that regard, because guys were getting onside kicks prior to that were kind of fun because people got blew up.
Yeah,
People got blasted.
Destroyed.
And I mean,
that was jobs of certain people, was just to go ahead and clear out the front row.
You're sitting there looking like Sparta, like warriors, like watching these dudes come at you full speed. Yeah. So their rule is it's a 4th and 15. So if you score if you score in any way, a touchdown or field goal, then you have the option to take it back to your 25-yard line, and you have a 4th and 15. You have one shot to gain 15 yards.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, the other team gets it wherever the player is tackled or sacked or an incomplete pass or wherever. It's a down, and it's a turnover on downs. What do you think of the rule?
I mean, it's weird.
It's like yeah, weird as in you've never seen it before. Weird as in you just think this is an odd way to get rid of onside kicks.
It's just an odd way to get rid of onside kicks, I think, too. And plus, like, there's a couple of scenarios where I think like it could be I guess a bigger advantage for the team running that 4th and 15. Like, I imagine like late in a game where a defense is holding on to a lead, they're probably playing a lot of like prevent defense.
Gotcha.
And kind of sitting back. So even though prevent is boring, it's kind of exhausting as a defense because it's a lot of ground covered when you're not typically doing anything.
Yeah.
And then so to see like maybe that progress, and then let's say they score, get the onside kick, you've got an exhausted defense who's been kind of guarding their lead. Now they have to guard a 4th and 15. You know what I mean? It just, I think it puts a team in a precarious scenario in a certain situation. But it is what it is.
Dude, look, the bottom line is the onside kick is just the last ditch effort.
Yeah.
It's empty out your bank account, put all your chips on black, and pray for the best. You're not supposed to get an onside kick. That's why the percentages are so shitty.
Well, no, hold on. Prior to the rule change, it was about 20%. It was about
really? It was that high
prior to the rule change. Now it's about 2%.
Yeah, but how long have they been doing it like this? I guess my point is how have we ever had the onside kick happens so rarely that I don't know how crafty and creative like kickers have gotten with their onside kicks. And so I look.
I think the rule changed. I think the rule changed about 6 years ago, maybe 7.
Okay, and then so they're basing the 20% on what 94 years of football, and then they're basing the 3% on 6 years of football. I get it, and everybody wants to try to quote unquote improve on something. But, the outcome of the game being changed so dramatically. I've seen 4th and 15s happen. I've seen those. Like, okay, what are the percentages on 4th and 15s? I mean, they're probably, maybe 30% then?
I don't know
why they wouldn't do it.
I don't know if it's 30%, but hear me out on this. It's not just the 4th and 15. It's the fact that you got to go. If you convert that, then you still have to go
the length of the field
to score. And time may not be on your side.
And that's all well and good. I guess the point is like an onside kick is a last ditch effort, and the percentages are not supposed to be on your side.
Mm-hmm.
And look, and if you're the home team, how many people at home are standing up, like clenching their fists, like eyeballs glued to the TV to see if this 3% chance can happen for you? And it has happened. Obviously, it's how we got to the 3% mark. But like, how deflating is it for the other team to now think that, oh, well, they still got a chance. They still got a chance.
Mm-hmm.
When games are that close that the team's trying an onside kick, it means that it's pretty much out of reach, and you've only got this slim option of doing anything, and that's what makes it a great play, is if it's successful. You don't expect it to be successful at home, but if it is,
So
boy, that is...
Hold on.
I don't know, gasmic if you get the ball.
So hold on. So, okay. So you haven't said anything. So basically, you don't. Did you mind the rule change then?
What if not? I don't like the fact that they can't stack the other side of the field. I don't like that.
No. Okay, so that's not going to change because of player safety.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I don't like that. There's only a 3% chance of getting the ball back. But you've changed it. It's actually 2. Regardless, 2 or 3%. It might be more than that. It might be a little bit less than that. It's not much more, give or take. I don't like that. In a last ditch effort to hit a home run, you have less than 5% chance to get the ball back. If that's the case, make it 4th and 20. Or are you saying? Hold on. I have a question for you, and I have a question for you. Who wants it first?
Okay.
Who wants it first?
No matter.
I want it first.
Okay. You had mentioned about kickers. Are you saying that kickers need to come up with new techniques? Because you said the kickers haven't. I think that they've exhausted efforts in that regard.
Potentially. I guess my point is it still should be a kick play. Okay, if they want to change it a little bit, fine. How about this? If your kicker can kick it through the uprights from that position, from that spot, then you get the ball at your 10-yard line. You know what I mean? Like from kickoff. Like kickoff from if you can hit a 75-yard field goal with no one blocking you, all the run-up speed that you got, if you can put it through the uprights, then you guys get the ball back at your 10-yard line or something. Still got to go the distance of the field. I still want it to be a last-ditch effort kick play because you are kicking the fucking ball off.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like, if anything, what you do is you make the onside. You leave the onside kick. Like, onside kick is a thing, but you only get, like, fucking 6 dudes. You get a kicker and 5 fucking guys on each side. Well, they get 6 guys. You got a kicker and 5 guys. Fucking figure it out. Kick the ball. Somebody go get it.
Okay.
That's not bad either.
That would be more fucking entertaining to me than anything else, quite frankly.
Well, don't they kind of already do that with they split the guys up on the side of the fields? Or you're saying don't do that at all?
Yeah. Don't split the guys, because there's a whole art to the running around the back end of your, you know what I mean, and shit like that. So with the other gang, and so there's really only a couple of seconds where the 3 or 4 dudes who are meeting at the point of impact of the ball have a chance to grab this ball before 6 other dudes from each side just fucking pile onto them. Yeah. If there's only 5 of you, fucking go get it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Limit the amount of players, and then you can determine what types of players you want in there. Do you want cornerbacks in there with good hands? Do you want like maybe a running back in there that can fucking barrel through a guy? It's still a kick play, and I'm tired of them screwing with the game so dramatically. Devin Hester, that guy's never going to exist again. We've already kind of come to terms with that. Now, I'm not saying that there's an onside kick specialist that's going to go into the Hall of Fame one day. Just saying, they've really stripped away a lot of what the game is, and that's a whole new strategy. This 4th and 15 stuff. That's too much of a difference. It still needs to be a kick play in my mind.
It's too XFL-y in your mind, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I started looking up, doing some research on what the XFL's doing. I kind of like their rules. I'm starting to think that they might be onto something. Really, because they're desperate, obviously, to steal viewership from the NFL. So they know what the NFL is doing wrong, so they can kind of fix it because they're not the giant organization. So, hey, you guys want to play football? you might have to get some brain damage. Let's go.
Well, in the event that the Pro Bowl gets down to like a 72 to 71 situation, the other team needs to get the onside the kick. But we'll see how.